Welcome. Christmas does not have to be a drag this year, or maybe it can be a good one. I've got the Kinsey Six here with me, and you are going to introduce yourselves to us with a little dragapella.
Yes. And dragapella, 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 dragapella. Kinsey Six sing dragapella. Golden Girls meet Penn and Teller. Sing and dance like Helen Keller. But the reviews have all been stellar. Dragapella.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. I'm so energized. Love it.
Good.
Absolutely. So now, first
Cocaine
of all,
works wonders. Yes.
Absolutely. So I want you all to introduce yourselves, and also I want to ask a little bit about where does the name the Kinsey Six comes from? So.
Well, hi, I'm Winnie.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Hi,
Eat me.
Trixie. Oh, Rachel Manners.
Sorry. Eat me, please.
Thank you. And
Rachel's
I
a
am
little
Trixie. And this is?
And I'm Trampolina, and I am so fornicate to be here.
Yes, we are the Kinsey Six, America's favorite dragapella beauty shop quartet. And our name comes from the study by Dr. Alfred Kinsey. Does everyone know what that is?
No, they don't.
He made a scale from 0 to 6 concerning human sexuality, where a 0 is completely heterosexual.
And a 6 is a perfect score.
That's right. But our name is spelled S-I-C-K-S instead of the number 6 because of our particular brand of humor. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, love it. So, you all have been doing drag for 20 years. You've been all over the country, all over the world.
24, but who's counting?
24, but who's counting? So, obviously, you've been doing drag since 6 years old, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I was a remarkable toddler back then with the supple breasts and oxen devouring that I've become world renowned for.
Absolutely. So tell me, what is the wildest, craziest thing that happened during the last 24 years of doing drag?
Oh, that would definitely have to be sex with you before the show.
Woo! It was what we got to pop in the back room. Now, I don't know. I don't want my husband to be watching this.
Ooh.
He was there, don't you remember?
I don't. It was that kind of morning. So what was the wildest thing besides all that hot butt naked sex we had in the back room?
Well, one of the most exciting things that I think we did was we did a performance in Salina. I think it's the...
Salina, Kansas, that's right.
Salina, Kansas.
You have to say Kansas. Nobody knows where Salina
Oh, right,
is.
Salina, Kansas.
They don't even know where Salina is in Salina.
She's a Canadian singer from. She sang in Titanic.
Yeah.
Yes, well, anyway, it was a Smoky Hill River Music Festival, and we were controversial. When we were announced, we got...
There were letters to the editor about us, and we had to have police protection. But that happens a fair number of times.
So there was
But usually from our
controversy.
fans.
There were controversy because you were drag performers.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's not just that we do drag. We're also political, and we're unapologetically queer.
Right.
And that's not always popular in all parts of the country.
And now, how do you define unapologetically queer?
Oh, that's an excellent question. I'm gonna have to switch out of character to answer something so thought-provoking. I would say there are performers who are out, but they happen to be out, but it doesn't affect their content, and they're kind of generic in their performance. But the content of our humor and our lyrics come from a particular gay political sensitivity.
Absolutely.
Unapologetically so.
Unapologetically queer. So, back to Kansas, you guys had to have police protection, escorts.
That was
What
quite a
happened?
condom, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So we did have police escort when we were there, but it turned out that our appearance actually increased attendance at the festival, and it was the most attended festival at the time when we
We were the
there.
most that we ended up, because we had 4 performances over 3 days, and we ended up with the largest crowd they had ever gotten.
Yeah.
So even in conservative Kansas or South Carolina or Arkansas or Idaho, we do remarkably well.
Yeah, it was one of the most loving audiences we've ever had. We were very, very happy.
Almost as loving as you before the show.
Almost. Well, you know, unapologetically queer people are all across the country, all across the world. Now, back to, you know, all that politics. Now, you guys were just on the Forbes list of Best Theater in 2017, and this was for a politically focused show called Things You Shouldn't Say. Now, tell us a little bit about that.
Closing night is this Wednesday at 9 o'clock at the Soho Playhouse. Don't go buy tickets.
days.
Absolutely. 2 nights. 2 nights from now. So tell us a little bit about that. So, like, how is this show so political, and how do you think that it fits in the political climate we're in right now?
Well, originally the show was written a year ago, and then the election happened, and we decided, you know, we need to say something different from what we were planning on, and we connected the current political climate to the political climate that existed when Rachel and her friends first started the group in 1993. And then Things You Shouldn't Say morphed into this new statement about queerness in politics and how we can connect our movement and singing and artistry to the activism of today.
Absolutely. And you guys got a little piece from that, right? You're gonna share
Why,
with us?
yes.
Sure do.
We do
Absolutely.
have a little piece, but that's kind of a personal question.
You got a little piece back there on the stage.
Shall we sing something for you from the show?
Please do.
All right, innuendos aside, here's a little ditty.
Places.
Do-do-do-do. 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 Do-do-do-do.
Creepy and he's spooky. His Hazard's David Dookie. He'll grab you in the dookie and at his family. His house is a museum to his narcissism. Hey, Nazis carpe diem. The man is family.
Cheat. Do-do-do-do. Tweet. Do-do-do-do. 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 Repeat.
What's it to fall on? He's making a windfall on. And he should build his wall on his own damn family.
Ba-da-ba-da-bow. The White House is the place to be. Vlad Putin got this job for me. Mansplaining that I'm on your side. I'll kill Manhattan while my kids kill on deals worldwide.
New York is where I'd rather play. I've grown allergic to tan spray. I just abhor your right-wing views. Darling, I loathe you, so give me Fifth Avenue. The storm, the wars, Trump Tower, the power, you are my wife. You misogynistic pig.
Hey, White House, she's stuck there. It's the story of three lovely ladies. Or as Trump would say, three grabbed by the pussy girls. When each one of them got old, he got another. Hey, every swine needs pearls. It's the story of a man who's shady, who was busy with bankruptcies of his own. He is two-faced, both orange and leather, so don't give him a loan. Still on TV, he could brag and boast and bellow, so he made one more big uninvited lunch. If the Trumps could somehow be first family, that's the way he knew that they could make a bunch. He'll eat our lunch, and make a bunch. That's the way we've been gamed by shady Trumps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, I love a good queen, but I love a good queen with talent.
Oh, I'm sorry you're stuck with us.
We have 4 on stage. Thank you so much for that. So, what has the response to this show been like since the election, and with everything that's going on right now?
The response to this show has been incredible, and it's kind of hard to describe the show because it starts out very comedically. I was the first attorney in the U.S. who worked full-time nationally on AIDS discrimination cases. And so, we talk about that. We go to some very deep and dark places. People constantly, I know it sounds like an advertisement for cats, but people are like, you made me laugh, and then you made me cry, and then you made me laugh, and then you made me cry. And this show has been reaching people who, when I wrote it, I dreamed that it would reach. So, you know, we go to Eugene, Oregon, and the crowd is overwhelmingly white and old and straight, and they're like they're lining up to hug me and to tell me their stories and I'm really, there's a lot of pain and there's a lot of people who are looking for some, in their art, something that galvanizes them and motivates them. And I think that the show really does that. I'm really proud of it.
Absolutely, as you should be. Now, for a different kind of pain, the holiday season is upon us.
The annual pain.
The annual pain that comes every year. And you have a holiday show right now called Oy Vey In A Manger.
We do?
It's right there. I mean, it just like popped right up. Who knew?
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about this holiday show and how this fits into the Christmas Hanukkah spirit.
Well, Oy Vey In A Manger stars us, of course, and in the story of the show, the four of us are trying to sell the manger that we purchased 2,000 years ago.
2017 to be precise. In a foreclosure
but
sale.
We can't sell it because no one wants to purchase a house where the original occupant was crucified.
And especially when it's especially when it's occupied by us, and it's the stage is a hot mess, and well, I don't.
And
need
that's
to
just the
comment.
actors.
Right.
So we have a great time singing our versions of beloved holiday songs. And by our versions, I mean we twist them in unexpected and naughty ways.
I think we should give them a little taste of our lack of taste.
You should give us a taste.
More.
Shall we?
Okay, why don't we switch positions?
Oh.
Oh, switch positions. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, well, yes, so we should,
You hadn't had enough of switching positions back there?
yeah, yeah, well.
Well, you did most of that work. We just laid there.
Okay, the Jews in the middle? Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
You better watch out.
You better not cry.
You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming too soon. He sprays you when he's sleeping, explodes when he awakes.
The elves all put on plastic hoods when we see his one-eyed snake. You better watch out when he goes to the store. You sit on his lap, he'll shoot on the floor. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming. Santa Claus is coming too soon. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Be sure to play that over and over again for the kids.
Over and over again. So I want to ask you a couple more things, and then we're gonna do one more song.
wonderful. Okay.
A little bit. But first, I want to ask you before we get back to Oy Vey In A Manger, and I really want to know this because drag is bigger than it has ever been in my lifetime in history.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this current moment that we're experiencing in drag right now, and where do you think that this is all going?
Okay, I'm gonna go there.
Please do.
So, for me, drag has always been political. Drag has always been defiant. And I think it's great that there are a million ways that people want to express drag, but there is a certain kind of condescension that people approach drag, and there's a certain condescension that some drag queens feed into, in which we're kind of like the cute playthings, and we're an opportunity for people to slum it at a distance. And I think drag is at its core is defiant. It's about gender expectations and about expectations in general. Our job is to entertain people, but to fuck with their minds at the same time. And I think if drag doesn't really do that, it's missing something. So drag is, our version of drag is a lot more than about Yas Queen and looking fabulous. When we are sometimes find ourselves in cities where we sing in public to promote sales, and we will constantly find people who will grab our asses, grab our tits, and it's a way that it's a reflection of how they view women and how they view gender, and they think because we're in drag, we want to be treated like an exaggeration of how people think women want to be treated.
So do you see this as a way to tackle misogyny in society?
This is, we are an explicitly feminist group.
And what would you say to people who think that drag performance is inherently misogynist? Because there are those people out there.
Yeah, drag can be misogynist, and we're not parodying women, we're parodying gender. And gender imprisons all of us. And so we are, I don't look like a woman. I look like a Rachel, and I'm my own species,
Right.
and I'm my own creation, and I would encourage everybody to be their own creation. Ours is an explicitly feminist critique that is making fun of how men are restricted.
So you think that kind of in this the current drag moment that we're in is kind of moving away from that? Because you see, you know, a lot of the girls, they come up off Instagram, and you know, I've been to the drag shows just like everybody else. I love drag, but like I said, give me a queen that has talent. Okay, give me a queen that can sing, that can dance, that can do something. Don't just give me a look that's prancing around the stage.
Right. I mean,
so you think that we need to be more talent based?
And give me a queen with brains.
Please.
You know. So.
Right. Okay.
And
interesting.
between us, we have brains.
Yeah.
Between us,
yeah, right.
I think there's a lot of brains going there. So back to the holiday season, back to Oy Vey In A Manger. What has the response to Oy Vey In A Manger been? Because you guys opened last week, correct?
Well, this show has actually been going on for years.
For years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, at least it feels that way when you come to see it. So each year we change it up. And so this year we're doing it. We've been in New York for 3 weeks at Soho Playhouse. Tickets available now. And then next week we're in San Francisco at the Boxcar Theater.
Fabulous.
So we fly out, and the response has been incredible. This is it's good for the Jews. So if you know any Jews, send them. It is not a normal take on the holidays, and again, once again offers an outsider's perspective on this whole holiday crap.
Absolutely. We don't need any more normal takes on the holidays. No. We've got a whole lot of those. So why don't you wrap us up? One more number from Oy Vey In A Manger. Sell some tickets.
We'd be honored.
Well, before we go, we want to leave you with these
Heartfelt.
holiday
Wishes.
bitches.
Wishes.
Wishes.
Dooma 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 dooma.
Things to do. Got lots of things to do. Got lots of.
Have yourself a harry little Christmas. Things to do each night.
Ooh, and soon your stress level will be out of sight.
Have yourself a harry little Christmas. Tell your folks you're gay.
And gay folks will hear your mother cry from miles away.
Here we are, stuck in airport lines to see families we abhor.
Long lost friends, never close to us. Write form notes to us once more.
By next year, you'll get your shit together.
Stop raising like a cow. Maybe then you'll pay off all your debts somehow.
So hurry, 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 there's lots to do for Christmas.
Go home now.
This show sucks, but you paid
anyhow.
and applaud us as we take our bow.